Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. My name's Stephanie and this is Fab with Steph. Today I'm going to talk to you about a Topshop haul that I've ordered off of Depop. So it's Topshop makeup, not Topshop clothing, and this has been completely discontinued, so at the moment you can only purchase it from resellers. None of them are official verified resellers, none of them are even remotely associated with Topshop, but they have the product either having bought it in bulk or having, I guess, purchased it when it was being discontinued in the stores. I know that they'd done some great deals in stores and I hadn't realised until it was down to like only having super dark foundation shades and maybe like multiple lipsticks kind of left. So it wasn't something that I was really engaged in at the time, and I'm kind of gutted now that I have got really interested in it, that the line's been discontinued, and I will explain why as I sort of unpack what I got. But first and foremost, I need to acknowledge the sellers that I purchased from on this occasion. So, two of the eyeshadows, and I will identify which ones, were purchased from a Depop called Lacey's Lashes. Now, she wrapped it really, really prettily. Obviously, you've got this this is the wrapping that it came in. It also came in a little pink padded envelope. Very pretty, very branded, and obviously she must do lashes and things as well. This is really intense, this lighting behind me is my little thing. I'm just going to change the mode because it's really distracting me. Can I do that? Well, let's just stick with this for now. So Lacey's Lashes, it was two different ones that I got from her, and it was one that I had been really keen on, and then I just kind of had been looking around and I came across the other Depop shop, and that was for Hexagon Moon. Now this is a little card that was popped in with the parcel for that. They actually do, it tells you, so minimalist and geometric wooden jewellery, decor and cards, but they're also selling Depop on Depop, and they're selling Topshop makeup. Now some of that you can buy in bulk if you want to be a reseller, or if you're just someone like me who wants to try it out, you can just buy individual items. They have various different listings on there underneath that name. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump in and show you what I got, and starting with what I got from Hexagon Moon because I got a ton from that particular shop. There are two things that I will not be able to show you. One of them is a duplicate, so it doesn't really matter, you're still kind of technically going to see it. And the other one is a lipstick. And the reason I can't show you is because it was for my mum. So it's gone, I can't show you, I'm sorry. But the things I do have, I'm going to start with this here. So this is called a Blurred. It's just a little tube, and it just says on it ultra matte, and I'll explain what it's supposed to do. It's a little tube like this. Kind of has a little bit of nozzle, and this is for targeting specific areas that you want to reduce shine. So it says here, texture transforming shine eraser with targeted tip for precision application. Now this is great for anyone who has combination skin. Some people, like, you know, you buy like the mattifying primer, but actually you have like dry cheeks. So that's literally me to a T. So that obviously isn't necessarily going to give you the same effect all over your face. If you're finding that your T-zone is still particularly oily and that doing that doesn't really work for you, using something like this is great just to target the area that is bothering you, and then use whatever other primer you would want to use for the rest of your face or all over your face on top of this. So this was actually in a 2-for-1. I have two of them here, so I'm going to give it a little try, and if it doesn't work for me, then I'll either be going into like, I don't know, like a little giveaway bundle, because I want to do something like that very soon. I think before Christmas it would be really nice. It gives you a good feeling when you can like make someone's day with stuff like that as well. Or it will go into my Depop to resell if I don't have like enough stuff together or enough viewers, because let's face it, I'm only new, and I don't really have a lot of people watching my channel, so I might not have anyone who wants to enter a giveaway. But yeah, so next thing I got was these. Now these resales originally for £13.50. I got two, and that would have been £27, and I got it for £2 for both. So I think that's incredible value. And the shades I've got are Misty and Phoenix, and it is the Glow Liquid Highlighter. Now the reason that I'm really excited about these is because I've seen a lot of people review them and talk about how you can put them on over makeup without it removing the makeup that you're wearing. In fact, let's just go ahead and try it just now. So Phoenix is more of a goldy tone. I'm wearing quite natural makeup just now, nothing too intense, so I'm going to go ahead and use Misty. And let's just do this. How am I going to do this? So normally with a liquid I would actually put it onto a beauty blender, but that seems like a lot of effort, and I might just do this. So if I can pop just a little spot onto my finger here, so that's all I've put on. It's quite high shine, and I'm just going to dab it to my cheek I went a little lower than I like to go with my highlight, but I think I maybe blended it down a bit too far on the other side. That's definitely got a very nice sheen to it. Do I need to layer on top, or am I just, maybe it's just the angle? Definitely has a nice sheen to it, feels kind of velvety. A little bit nervous that the texture could maybe come across as oily. I need to play with it a bit more. It feels very like, for those of you who buy lots of different makeup products, feels very like the Becca liquefied highlight, which works really well as well. It's very stroby. I think that I could, yeah. Look at that, like, so it is just blending down, and in my opinion, from what I can see, it doesn't appear to have taken off my makeup, because I'd normally see it on my fingers. No, it seems to have layered quite nicely. I'm really happy with that, so that's great. So now we already know that that's a good wee addition to anyone's kit. This one's very natural glowy, so that one was called Misty, and for more intense I got the Phoenix. I couldn't get any of the other colours, but you work with what you've got. The next thing that she had that I picked up was Realm. So this is the long wear eye crayon, and it looks a little bit like the Charlotte Tilbury. I've just thrown it on the floor. Okay, so I picked it back up. So it's like the Charlotte Tilbury in terms of like the shade. I think it's called Champagne Diamonds or something like that. So I'll just go ahead and swatch it here in my hand. Okay, so it's a nice sheen to that too. Seems like it would go quite well with Misty, in all honesty, if you were looking to have like a very cohesive look. It feels quite velvety. It does say that it's blendable, so I'm just going to... I do think that it blends. It is starting to see, you can almost see like the line where I'd originally applied it. So I think if you are going to blend it out, you need to work with it at least relatively quickly, like don't leave it, because it is meant to be a long wear. So obviously you would anticipate that it will sort of set so that it won't budge. That's typically how those ones work. And then I've got loads of these. So the rest of what I'm going to show you is all eyeshadow, all of it. And two of them were from, yeah, so I'll leave those two to last. I'll show you the ones from Hexagon Moon first. So what I got from Hexagon Moon was 2 metallic eyeshadows and 2 glitter eyeshadows. Now they come in slightly different packaging, as you can see, color wise, but also the effect is completely different. So I got these shades Bauble and Holograph, and this is the one that was duplicated, so my mum's also got this one. And the reason that I like the look of Holograph is because it seems to me to be quite similar to a shade that I use quite a lot in my Morphe X Sweetie palette. So if I can show you what it's like here, you might already have an idea of which one I'm talking about if you watch this. And then that is the colour there. So it's very sort of pearlescent, it's like a duochrome. Should I put it on my eye or should I swatch on my hand? I'll swatch on my hand. So if I just put this right here, and you can see that sort of reflective element to it. I do love a good metallic eyeshadow. I think that they're great to layer over, so you can add glitter to it. You can make it an eyeshadow topper. So you're just adding then like a sort of fun sheen. If you want to do like an oil slick look, like they're really good. So I do like that kind of finish in general. And this is the shade Bauble, so it is a much more pinky shade. I actually don't think that this is what I had anticipated it being like. But I'm actually really glad. So it's this beautiful, the pinky one here is the shade Bauble. And it's just so, so nice. So I'm excited to play about with those. We all know that I like to do my eyes and stuff like that, and I think that these would just be great if you maybe have like a matte palette that's good for day looks that you're taking with you when you're traveling, but you want to be able to do something fun for nighttime. Having this to be able to do like a halo or just to add a pop of colour, put it on as like a topper, would just be really great. And it makes it just so much easier because my whole life's like I surround it by like travel, and I base everything around where I'm going to go next and like all of that good stuff, even though I buy so much stuff that I couldn't possibly take everything with me to one place at this point in time. But moving on. So the 2 glitter shades I got were Pyramid and Amaze. Now, I'm not going to swatch Amaze because I have already swatched it and the colour stays quite well on my hand, and I don't actually want to be covered in this sort of teal blue, but I will show you it, and I will swatch Pyramid. So you can't really see here, but it is like very tightly packed fine glitters, so it doesn't look super glittery until I put it on, and then as soon as I put a light on it, is it going to show you? It just looks like it's metallic-y just now. One sec. Okay, so excuse my ring light being right in my face here. I'm still not sure that you can really see that as well as I would have hoped, but it is a very, very glittery finish. And although it's a fine glitter, it just looks very expensive. It's very, very pretty in person. And the Amaze shade, I'm just going to stick with this light in my eye now. The Amaze shade, you can actually see it really clearly. So this is probably the glitteriest of the glitters, which is crazy because it's all part of the same. I'm just going to swatch it. Look at me. Look at that. Can I? Because I've changed for the lights now. So it's like it's so glittery and it's much more obvious and intense than the Pyramid. But in person, you can see much more glitter in the Pyramid one as well. Put these back in the right box as though it's going to matter. So I'm not going to check it before I pop it on my eye. Now the last two I got from Lacey's Lashes, and this is where the obsession started. So I got Pageant as an add-on. I'm going to show you Pageant first. It's the same as the last two I've just done. It is a glitter eyeshadow, and this is the one that I consider to be the least glittery out of the three. Look at that highlight. Like, the least glittery out of the three. Even just here, you can see a little bit of glitter actually. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh on it. Okay, drag it on my knuckles, which is the weirdest place to do a swatch, but just so I can keep it together. You see just here. And do you know what? It looks so glittery as well. And now am I tripping? Like, was it the Pyramid one that I thought wasn't glittery? Don't know. Either way, they're all pretty. They're all fun to play with, and they should all be more pigmented if you put down a good base. So I would use probably my Anastasia eyeshadow primer for this, but this is a pièce de resistance. Look at that. You can already see that it's a fun one. And this is the shade Evolve. So this is called a chameleon eyeshadow, and it's my second chameleon eyeshadow. It feels very velvety to touch, and I'm going to go ahead and swipe it along this part of my hand here so that it's really obvious where I am. Oh, can you see it here? Okay, so she's not actually being super obvious in this lighting, so maybe I will just go ahead and turn this off. Oh. And throw my light at myself. Yeah, there. That's more obvious just with natural light. What you can't see, which is actually really upsetting me, is the tonality of it. So it does actually change between a pink, a blue, and a green. It really does evolve. So I think that that's really fun, and the reason I got started on that is because I've got one called Shuffle the Cards, which goes gold and pink, and it's just really pretty. And I was sitting playing with it and I was thinking, why don't I own more of these? And that was when I found out, you know, they're really discontinued, like for real. It's not just the end of that collection, like completely done with makeup. It's all been withdrawn from stores. So if you want to try anything, you have to find it from resellers at this point. And at the moment the market's fairly saturated, so you will find that they are on eBay, they are on Depop, and you can get really good deals. Everything that I've shown you from Hexagon Moon was £1. The ones that I showed you from Lacey's Lashes, who has significantly less stock arguably, was £2.50 each. So that was because I bought the two of them, and that's including postage for Lacey's, and the postage was about £4 I think it was for the Hexagon Moon one. I swear I changed the mode on these lights and it's giving me like, yeah, thanks. But yeah, so very, very good pricing. These would have been, I don't know, 9, 10, maybe more individually previously. I would never have owned all of these because, like, who's spending that on individual shadows if it's not Urban Decay or Colourpop? So I probably wouldn't have spent the full money on all of these, but I would definitely have owned Holograph. I love that. I love Evolve. I love Shuffle the Cards. And the rest are really pretty just to kind of play with. Like if you've got any younger girls in the family who are starting to play with makeup and stuff like that, like I feel like this is one that's just, it can be built up, it can be really subtle, so that it's like a good one for them to play around with and like get an idea of like makeup textures and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm really happy with my haul. Fully support the idea of buying from resellers and also circular fashion, things like that. I do work in the fashion industry, and obviously there's a lot of fast fashion and things involved with it. I think that we just need to refocus how we live our lives a little bit so that we can just be a bit better about the way that we do things, and I'm happy to align myself with brands who do focus on that. So yeah, that's my video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you've got any questions or anything else that you'd like me to give a try that you've maybe heard of but not really seen very many people review, drop me a comment down below. And if you liked my content and just would like to see what I'm doing next, then you can hit that subscribe button as well. Thank you very much for watching, and have a lovely day.